How's it going, everybody? As many of you know, I haven't been streaming a lot on my live stream channel lately. Like I said to my viewers, it's summertime, there's no progression, I'm making the most of it. I had spent a lot of time in front of my computer, so it was time to get out and get a little, get a little sun, hit the gym, do some swimming, hang out with some friends, get drunk, go to clubs, dance, etc., etc. So, as many of you probably know by now, we have a release date for Mr. Pandaria, September 25th. Excellent. So now I know how long I've got, and can be ready for that. So that's pretty awesome. I've been doing a lot of beta raid testing. Pretty much every raid test they've had out, except for maybe one or two, I've participated in, and I gotta say, some of these encounters are excellent. I always figured with Dragon Soul, they had a lot on their plate, putting together this new level, the LFR system, and, it probably took away from their, design. They had to do a lot of tweaking to balance 3 different settings, and, you can't really expect them to get it right the first time around. But I think, now they've got that all in place, they know what they're doing, they can focus again on putting together some awesome encounters, and I think they're doing a pretty good job so far. Most of the bosses that I've tested, I've really enjoyed. Some of them, were fairly easy, but I mean, of course, they're not all finalized yet. I mean, with 2 months to go, and not even having seen 25 player testing yet, there's going to be some tweaks, some retuning. But I think that we'll get a pretty good first tier here. I'm really excited about it. I'm loving the way Shadow Priest is playing. I've also dabbled a bit into Discipline, because I've always had a spot in my heart for Disc, because I was main spec healer for 3-4 years. Spent a lot of that time as Discipline in the later tiers, and I want to make sure I'm up to date. But from now, my main priority is Shadow, making sure I know what's going on, I have a full understanding of it, so that I can help you guys, the community, when you come to me with questions, because I'm fairly popular in the priest community, so a lot of you guys, you come to me when you want to know what's up, and I like to be able to help, so I got to make sure I know my shit. But yeah, I'm really liking the way it's playing. They're still tweaking it, we get changed every couple weeks, every build or so. The last build, I thought, man, they had us really looking good. I felt like our single target was pretty strong, but then of course they went and nerfed Shadow Word Insanity, so it dropped us down a bit. But then they buffed up From Darkness Comes Light, which made that talent a little more, worth taking. So I've been mostly swapping between Insanity and FDLC for most of the encounters, and I really like this new talent system. I like the way it works, where it's not really like you take this and that's the hands down final fucking answer. It's like you know what, I think this might be better on this fight, but only by a little bit of a percentage, and only because I'm gonna make the best use of it on this fight. Like testing. What was that boss the other day? Well, anyway, all these ads come trailing in throughout the encounter, and I got to burn them down. So I'll sit there, pounding mind spikes into them, doop 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 doop, and they'll drop sub 20%, and I'll tap them with some death, and if I can, they die pretty quick. But I'll hit them with death, and I got my Twist of Fate talent. Any attack you land below 20%, you get a 10-second buff, which increases your damage by 15%. And what I found on this particular fight was that the way it was, I could have like a 75% uptime on this 15% damage increasing buff, and I'm like, this is cool. I like the way this works. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. There's still some tweaking going on. I think some things need to be leveled out, like as far as our multi-dotting capabilities. I feel we're a little weak compared to, quite weak compared to Boomkins and Warlocks. In a multi-dotting situation, they're quite high. I think I think they'll probably be brought down though. We seem to be close to where we should be. I think they're still high, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not going to make any huge assumptions until everything's finalized. I want to give them time, you know. But you could definitely expect once the expansion goes live, you know, of course I'm going to be really busy leveling and raiding, but I will be making sure to make recordings, fraps videos, anything non-raid related. I will of course be streaming on my live channel, so you can check that out. You know, leveling, dungeon, gearing up, etc., will be streamed. Of course, you know, progression, I won't be able to stream any raid content until after the progression race is over, for our, you know, many no obvious reasons. But if you don't understand, you know, a lot of top-end guilds, well, all of them really, you're doing a fight and you don't know, the littlest thing could make the difference, you know, give you a huge advantage. And if 1,000 people see it, everyone's going to know about it. You know, everybody's got a friend, or they watch another stream and they'll go to that chat and be like, oh man, you know, Vodka just did this, and you know, they haven't quite got it yet, but I think they just gained a huge advantage. And then, you know, other guild takes this strategy, works it into their own, which might have been slightly, you know, more efficient, and then next thing you know, they got the kill that would have been yours. So that's the whole reason behind not streaming progression. It kind of sucks because it's a huge time where lots of people are going to be watching new stuff and they want to see it, but you know, a lot of other people will, lower end guilds will be streaming their progression. So I mean, you can still see the bosses if you're not in a position, or you don't play the game to see them yourself. You know, you'll still get to see them. And of course, I will be frapsing all of at least the heroic modes. So once progression's over and, you know, I get the go ahead to make these videos, you know, I'll cut them up, edit them, add some soundtracks, and boom, you'll have you'll get to see all the first kills. And then of course, you know, once that's going down, as soon as it comes out, you know, I'm gonna start getting footage and taking notes and getting everything ready for my Shadow Priest guide for LTP TV. I can't say exactly how long it'll take me to get that out once the expansion goes live, because like I said, I'll be really busy with progression and stuff, but I'll be working on it the whole time. And once I've got everything, a handle on everything, and I know, you know, enough that I'm giving everyone, you know, the best information possible, then I'll get that all cut up and get that guide out there. So I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to that. So it should be, you know, I'd say no longer than, you know, a month into the live launch that I should have everything put together. So anyway, looking forward to MoP. I will of course, you know, be back into some hardcore streaming and playing. I want to make the most of my summer here, so really light gaming schedule. But once MoP hits, it's on, it's going down. I'm going to be hitting it hard, leveling up. Probably going to play, of course my Shadow Priest is my main, but I'm thinking of running my Paladin as my main raiding alt for the next expansion. And then of course I'm going to level a monk at some point, so should be fun. And then my second priest, I'm going to make a little PvP bitch, you know, and get into a little PvP, see how it's going on. It's going to be a fun expansion, I think. Looks like it's going in a really good direction, so here's hoping it's the best expansion ever. And with that, I'm going to sign off. You guys, I'm sure, needed this video, because I don't think I've put up a video on here in about a month. Not since I was doing bugged wand videos on beta. That was pretty fun. So I'll try to keep you guys updated, and y'all have a good day. Make sure to come by, see me on my live stream channel, twitch.tv/Koilie. Peace out. Catch you later.